Hi my sweet friends, welcome back. So today what we're going to be doing is a craft together, so let's get started. Okay, so the things you're going to need for this project are zip tags. These are zip ties. They're the minis, they're multi-ties. You probably could get smaller, I just couldn't find them. So they came from the dollar store. You're also going to need mesh. Oops, sorry. You're going to need the mesh. Now this one is 21 inches long. I also have a pink and white one, and it looks like this color. I've already cut it, so you will see that in the next clip. This one was, they're usually $4. This one was marked down for $3, which was great. I only need a little bit of it anyways. You're also going to need some scissors. You're also going to get the board from the Dollar Tree. Now, it doesn't have a hole in the middle. All I did was take a drill and I drilled the middle because I want the middle to make a rose. So that is our project. That's pretty much what you're going to need. At the end, you may need your hot glue gun just to stick down the tails if they're sticking out. This is going to be weatherproof, so you can hang it on the door outside and it will be totally fine. So let's get started. So today what we're going to be using is this mesh. I got it at Dollarama for $4. It is 21 inches long, and I'm going to cut it 10.5. So it's going to be in half. I'm going to cut it, and then we are going to use this on the Okay, so now that I've got it cut in half, all I'm going to do is unroll it and cut it again 10 inches long, so it'll be 10 by 10. So I'm going to do that with these two rolls, and then I'll be back. So all I'm going to do is measure it 10 by 10. So I have it 10 wide and then 10 centimeters down. And I'm just going to do both rolls the exact same. You need a sharp pair of scissors and just cut. So you have a square like this. So I'm going to do that with both of my rolls, and then I'll be back. So the first thing that we're going to do is, I have my mesh, it's 10 by 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half, just like this. And then you have like a jellyfish. And then you're going to squeeze the bottom together. And you're going to do about an inch worth at the bottom for the tail. And then what you're going to do is, I need to get a zip tie. Okay, so I have my zip tie. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tail and you're going to feed it through the hole. And the hole is quite big, so it won't be hard for you to get your tail through. So you're just going to feed your tail through and pull it so it sits just like that. You're going to flip it to the back. So that's what you see here, just this part. You're going to take your zip tie and you're going to wrap it around the tail. And then pull tight. Just like that, and then you will just cut off your excess. Now you could use scissors, you could use your cutters, whatever you have, you can just cut off the excess. And you need a fairly sharp pair of scissors. So there's the first one done, and then when you're done you will just fluff it up. Now it does sit like this, like a little half moon. So eventually we're gonna do I think every third hole. So we went in one, we're gonna skip this next one. Here, I'm gonna hold that down just a minute. We went in that one, so we're gonna skip the next two and go in the third one. And then we're gonna take the two ends and they will go in your third one also. And you'll try to grab them at the same time. So I'll stick that in there. So again, all you're gonna do is grab your piece of mesh, fold it in half, and then it becomes like a jellyfish, and you're gonna squeeze the bottom together, just crunch it together so it looks like this, and then you're gonna put it in the third hole. And just feed it down through, a little bit of patience. Grab it and try to keep them all about the same length when you pull it through. And then I'm going to put my zip tie around the bottom, just like this. Pull your zip tie tight, as tight as you can get it. And then cut off your excess of your zip tie. Like that. So now I have two done. I'm gonna keep doing that all the way around. So I'm gonna skip the next two holes and go into the third one. And then this one will be tucked in with the other one. And as we go, we'll just tuck them in. Okay? We'll kind of tuck them in every second one, probably. Let's see. Yeah, I'll probably pull them through and do every second one to give them their little bit of poof. But for right now, I'm just going to put them all the way around the board. So now that you have all of your jellyfish, what you're going to do is you're going to take your jellyfish off to the side, and you see how you have two holes because you went 1, 2, 3 jellyfish, 1, 2, 3 jellyfish. So you're going to take this tail of the first jellyfish and you're going to count over 2 holes, and then you're going to put it in that hole, and then you're going to zip tie it. And then your next jellyfish, where you have an empty hole, is where you're going to put it in and zip tie it. You're going to put it in and then pull it through and then zip tie it. I need to get my zip ties. There we go. So you grab your corner, squeeze it together, and put it in. Grab it at the back, just like that. And this one, so those are the 2 tails. You see how we did that? And then you'll do the next one. So the next one, this tail will go not the first hole but the second hole, and you will put it in there, pull it through, whoops, pull it through the bottom just like that, and then you'll zip tie it. And then you'll take your next jellyfish, you'll go through the one that you missed, the hole you missed right there, put it through, and zip tie it. And then this one, you skip the first one where it originally came out of, so 1. So you skip this one and you go into the second one, you put it through, and then you'll zip tie it. And now you go to your next jelly. And you'll do that all the way around. So you push it through your end there, you pull it through, and you'll zip tie it. And you'll grab your end of your jelly, skip one, and in the next one. So you just keep doing that all the way around. And then we'll go to the next jelly. Skip one and go into the next hole. Pull it. And then once you get going, it will flatten down and stuff. So that's how it's going to look at the back. And all I'm going to do is zip tie all of them once I have them all the way through. So I'm going to continue to do that. And then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, so now I have all the zip ties cut. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to trim up the plastic that's hanging out so it's not so much, and just tidy it up a little. So all I'm going to do is go around the whole ring and cut off some excess of it, because you really don't need that much hanging off of it. And that's all I'm going to do, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is how the front looks, and then this is how the back looks. I trimmed them all off. We got all our zip ties on. So that was the hardest part. So now what we're going to do is the hole that I drilled, we're going to start from the middle and work our way out. So I'm just going to set that off to the side. We're going to get our next piece, which is right here, and then we're going to fold it just like we have the others. We're going to fold it down like the jellyfish. We're going to take this end and we're just going to curl it inwards, just like that. And then we're going to take the outside and we're going to curl it down towards the bottom. Now you want your middle to kind of be placed in like that, so it's like a cone. So you're just going to take this one and you're going to wrap it around a little bit firm, and you're just going to keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping, and then this piece we're going to stick into the middle hole. So that is the center of our rose. So I'm just going to bring it back, and it will fit. You just got to play with it and get it into the hole and pull it through. It's a little bit of a tight space, but it does work. So I'm just going to trim those ends to make it easier for me. So those ends we're going to trim. I'm just off camera trimming them. So I just trim them like that, and then I'm going to feed it into the center hole and pull, and then flip over, and it's here, just like that. So now we have it through the center hole, and then that is going to be the center of our rose. So now I'm just going to zip tie that one. And then we will move on. So I have my zip ties here. I'm just going to zip tie it and cut the zip tie, and then you can trim the middle off also. Pull it as tight as you can, and there you go. And now the center, it flops over, but you will fluff it up at the end. And now I will cut that excess off, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I trimmed off the end of the zip tie, and I cut the ends off. So now we have our middle of our rose. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use every single hole. This is the easy part. You're going to get your jellyfish. So you're going to do the same as usual. You're going to take your piece, fold it in half, grab it at the bottom, squish it together, and make your jellyfish. And then you're going to put one in every single hole. It does get a little bit crowded, but I'll show you that you can clip them and keep them out of the way. So we're just going to pull it through the hole, the very first hole there, and then you will be tucking your ends in and around your middle, just like that. And you'll do every single hole like that. So what I'm going to do is flip it over, and I'm going to put a zip tie into the one we have. So we're going to go here, 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 just in our little circle. So I'm going to zip tie it, and then I will fast forward for you to see me do around the middle, because it's very much all the same. So you're just gonna pull your zip tie, get it started, pull it tight. You can trim it now or after. I'll probably do it after and trim them all at once. So flip it over, tuck your ends around the middle of your rose, just like that, as tight as you can, and move on to your next one. Again, back into your jellyfish, take one corner to the other, pull your ends like that, squeeze the middle, twist it a little, make your jellyfish, and you're going to go into your very next hole. So the next hole is right here, and I'm going to feed it down through and pull it through the bottom, and then move on, put the zip tie. There we go, got it started. Sorry about the coughing. Okay. And then our zip tie. Just like that. Grab your zip tie. And there's our second petal. We'll flip it back over, and it's right here, and we're just going to wrap it around the middle, just like that. And we're going to keep wrapping it all the way around. And if you feel like you want to put a little dab of glue to hold it, you can. So it'll be just like this. I also have a clip, which I will clip and show you. Once you get your middle in, all you're going to do is wrap your ends around the middle and around the middle again, just like that. And then I have one of these clips, and all you're going to do is just clip it to keep it in place while you work. Now if you don't have one of these clips, I just have a hair clip. They'll work too, just to clip it to help you keep working and keep the shape. So now I've done 2, so we are on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to fast forward and keep going. And on the back you'll see one, actually we have 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the back, if you get confused, all you have to do is flip it over and you'll see your holes there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 2 I've already done. 5, 6. And then we'll go to the next row, and the next row, and the next row. So it's pretty similar to what we just did. Everything is exactly the same. So can tell you is to keep going around in a circle in every hole, and just keep using your clips to keep it up and out of the way. So that's all I'm going to keep doing until I get around that circle. And I haven't even zip tied the back because I'm just pulling them through right now. Again, my jellyfish, pulling it together, twisting the bottom, finding my next hole, and putting it in. It does get caught on the other ones, so you do have to be careful. A lot of patience is needed. And then just feed it through. Watch my clip there. Pull it down through. And then just tuck your ends in and around the center of the rose. That's all I can tell you to do. And just keep going and going and going. So I'm just tucking it around, just like that, and moving to the next hole. I'll move my clip. This clip's a little tight, and I'll pull it over here so that I can see my next hole. And I'm just going to keep doing that around until I finish this circle. And then what I'm going to do is skip the next row and do the next row after that. It is getting bushy and a little bit hard to work with, like I said. So I'm feeding it through the hole. I'm going to flip it over so you can see what I'm doing at the back. And just move your ends in and under your rows, like that. Pull your bottom so it's in. So you can see I've done every hole. So the only one left for me to do is this one right here. You can just reference the back if you get lost. So the next one is right here. And then that circle is done. And just keep tucking it. So I'm going to get another piece. Fold it in my fish form, my jellyfish. Get it ready. Find the hole. Lift it up a little. And then put it in. And mesh is pretty forgiving, so you can straighten and fluffen it out once you get there at the end. So this is the last one in this circle. Pull it through, tuck it around the rose, just like that. There we go. So now I've done this, I've done the middle, then a circle, then a circle. I'm going to skip a circle and do the next row. Okay, my sweet friends, so now where I'm at is we have one more row left to do. You just right here, our final row. So I am just going to do my same thing I've been doing. I'm going to make my jellyfish, put it in through each hole, and then tuck our ends in and around the rows. So one more to go, or you could actually just stop here because it is quite full, but I am going to do the final row, and then I'll be back and I'll show you the final row. And whatever pieces are sticking up or whatnot, you can fix at the end. Okay, my sweet friends, so I got the last row done now. Now, The one thing I'm going to say is when we did the first edges, I wouldn't trim them off right away. A couple of mine came out, so I do have to feed them back through. The rest of them are all done. If you see, I only left one circle, which is right here. I didn't need that circle, it's full enough. Now all I'm going to do is put on all the zip ties, tidy it up, and then once you're done the back, you can either cover it with fabric, you can cover it with felt, or you can just leave it. It's totally up to you. So I'm just going to fix a couple of the things that came apart and trim this all up, and then I'll be back. Okay, so what I need now is to do a couple leaves for the outside. I have green, and it is 21 inches long. So what I'm going to do is just cut 2 pieces at 10 centimeters, 10 inches I mean, wide. So that's all I'm going to do, and then cut that directly in half. So just to make it easier. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces that size and get them 10 by 10, and then I will be back. Okay, so now we have our green piece. What we're going to do is fold it in half, just like that, similar to what we were doing. And then what I'm going to do is scrunch it together. Just pull it and scrunch it so it looks like this. And then I'm going to twist and fold it up with the other one so it looks like this. And it's going to look like a leaf. And then what I'm going to do is zip tie this into the back of here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up on one of our little ends we have done. I'm going to push it underneath there, underneath it, oops, just like that, and then I'm going to zip tie it in. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time. So you're going to take your square, you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to bunch it together, and then you're going to twist it. You're going to twist it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up one of the, let's see, where do we want to put it? We'll put it right here. We'll pull up this one a little higher, and we're going to wrap it around, and then I'm going to zip tie it. Zip tie it around there. As tight as you can, and then you can just spread it out like that. I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to show you when I'm done. Okay, so now we are at the end of the project. Now you had 2 options. You can trim this all up and make them short like these ones here on the edges. You can leave them, you can glue them down and put felt over it, you could put fabric over it, you could do whatever you want to the back. It's totally up to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture, I'm going to hang it up and take a picture and show you what the finished product looks like. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I do an upload. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye everyone!